The average person is only familiar with the different grades of fuels when it comes to automobiles, but did you know that the same is true with other types of fuels, like marine fuels with cars? Depending on the exact quality of the fuel and the blend that is available, fuel stations charge slightly different prices, and vehicle owners get the opportunity to make a choice about how much they want to spend and which choice they believe is most suitable for their car. One type of car might be fine with the most basic fuel available at a station, while another one might require a premium blend. A similar situation is in place for marine fuels. What are marine fuels? For those who do not know what are marine fuels, they are very similar to those used in cars, but they are specifically designed for the needs and demands of vehicles that operate on water. This can include anything from small pleasure ships to commercial transport vessels and gigantic cruise ships. If it is intended to power an engine that will be operating on the water, it falls into the category of being a marine fuel. Also, much like what is used in cars, there are different types of marine fuels for different applications. It would obviously make little sense for a person's small speedboat to have an engine with exactly the same needs as the engine that powers a large cruise ship that is capable of carrying hundreds or thousands of people. The available grades have names like DMA, DMB, DMC, DMX, and EFO 180. When it comes to grading fuel for ships, there are several characteristics that are taken into account. One of these is the amount of ash that is present, which is the metal content. Sulfur also varies among fuel grades, and it is best to keep the amounts of this as low as possible. That is true both for the good of the engine itself, and for the environment as well. Another important characteristic is the viscosity, or how easily and quickly it flows as a liquid. One very critical consideration in marine fueling is the need to avoid mixing the different grades unless absolutely necessary. The behavior of each grade is slightly different from the others, and it can be damaging to an engine to combine them. If it is absolutely unavoidable to do so, it is best to allow the engine to become as empty as possible before adding a different fuel. It is also best to try to match the characteristics of the different fuels as closely as possible in this. The viscosity is particularly important because it has an effect on how they will mix and behave in the engine. There are companies and fuel stations that specialize in handling fuels meant for boats, as well as lubricants for marine fuels. It is technically possible in some cases to use ordinary gasoline in such things as small boats. Still, it is usually better to buy it at a marina. It is generally important to the engines in boats that they not use fuel that contains ethanol, which is common in the gas meant for car engines. Buying gas at the marina also eliminates the need to risk traveling with a container of gasoline. Whatever types of boat is desired and what type of marine fuels it needs to run, it is best to ensure that everything is Coast Guard certified. This provides an assurance that experts have looked at the materials and workmanship and deemed the design and construction safe for operation on the water. This is the best way to ensure that marine fueling can always be done safely. About Apache Oil Company. Apache Oil Company, located in Pasadena, Texas, is a family-owned and operated business that began its operations in 1971 with a small office, minimal warehouse and one steel tank truck. Now, as to date, Apache Oil Company's premises covers an area large enough to house their home office, a 30,000 square foot warehouse, and 14 trucks, all to provide excellent service, with quality products, directly to our customers. Apache Oil Company is Coast Guard approved for marine deliveries. We can deliver to shrimp boats, tugboats, crew boats, cruise lines, ships, etc. We offer our assistance with your lubricant and fuel needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Wherever you are, Apache can be there for you.